Good evening, everyone. We're continuing with 3 minutes of Tehillim. We're up to Perek Kuf Mem Gimel Psalm 143. Hashmi'ini vaboker chastecha kivacha batachti. Let me hear of your faithfulness, Hashem, in the morning or by daybreak, for in you we trust. On this pasuk, Rav Hirsch comments that David HaMelech chooses the term Hashmi'ini. Let me listen, let me hear, as opposed to Har'ini, let me see. Why is that? So the soul, according to Rav Hirsch, is more attuned to hearing than to seeing. And this reminded me of a comment that Rabbi Sachs makes in an article, The Spirituality of Listening. He said it's one of the most important words in Judaism and also one of the least understood. Shema Yisrael, right? Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. He actually says this as well, similar idea on the Siddur. Shema is the oldest and greatest of our prayers. It is the opening line among the first words taught to a child and among the last words spoken by those who went to their deaths because they were Jews. It is a supreme declaration of faith. The Shema contains no human request, no praise, no plea. Right? It's really not a prayer in the formal sense of it. It's really a declaration of faith. And he says something here which I think he expounds upon in greater length in this article. He says that Shema, which it means listen or hear, is actually a supreme act of faith as listening. What does that mean, faith as listening? So another thing to mention is that we highlight the boker. Boker, in the morning, I will hear Hashem. Boker is a reference often in Chazal, in our liturgy, to the Geula, to the daybreak, to when the time is light, when the sun is shining, refers to when there's clarity, when there's truth that is revealed in the morning. Another thing, just to note, is that when there's a principle, you're not supposed to speak between Kriya Shema and Shmona Esrei. The Gemara, when it uses that term, it says a person who doesn't do that, he has a chelek l'olam haba. The language is your somech geula l'tfila. So Shema is referred to as geula. Redemption together has to be together and intertwined with tefillah, with Shmona Esrei. So what do all these things have to do? So I think Rabbi Sachs gives us the key. He says that really there are two different civilizations that emphasize different things. Judaism is a religion of listening, whereas Greek culture, other types of culture, were profoundly visual cultures, and that's what they brought to human understanding. The emphasis on seeing is believing, shedding light on an idea, illumination. These are what we say when we say we understand something. I see. So that is one part of experience, of living experience of this world, which is seeing things. However, Judaism also offers something that is an alternative, which is living life as an act of faith. That is believing in a God we can't see, believing in a spiritual realm that is not discernible to the eye. The very act of making a graven image, Rabbi Sachs points out, is idolatry. That is what it means to be an idolater. And he quotes from the Nazir, Rav David Cohen, who was one of the students of Rav Kook, that if you see in the Gemara and the Talmud Bavli, it often will say, when it's making a metaphor or some sort of deriving a proof, it'll say, Ta Shema, come and hear. Kamash Malan, this is teaching us something. Shema Mino, we hear from this. It's all about hearing, and it's actually fascinating. The Nazir himself took on Tainus Dibor. He didn't speak other than Torah. He didn't speak for many, many years. And he was hoping to, the lore is he was hoping to get a nevuah, a prophecy. So what are all these points together? I believe that Geula, redemption, is really hearing what the Ratzon Hashem is from us. And it has to be connected and it has to be linked to tefillah, because we're not just listening the whole time. We do have an act of speech. We do request things. So they have to be connected. That'd be somech geula tefillah. You have chelek l'olam haba. That's the magic formula, both. But we have to emphasize the Shema, which is really to think and to hear and to discern what the Ratzon Hashem is in our lives, and to emphasize the things that are just not just the surface level, but to dig deeper and to see that as part of the Geula process, which is what the David HaMelech is saying, Hashmi'ini baboker chastecha.